between these two teams. Minnesota gets the tip. Cam Christie to Elijah Hawkins. Past 500 assists this season, 28 from 600 in his career. He has been a leader, a point guard for this team. Pharrell Payne, the big body, wider lanes in NIT, goes to work. Wow. Come and get some, he says, in the first play of the game time, but he's down. Hoping he's okay. Landed pretty hard on his back.
No, he sure did. He has got such good footwork. I hope that he's okay. Look at how strong he takes that ball up to the basket, a hard fall.
Well, now he's down. Looks like he's getting back up.
Here he comes.
Strong kid. You can walk
Myron,
that off.
His improvement's immense. From where he was a year ago, footwork-wise, and this is a guy that wasn't even a finalist for Mr. Basketball back in the state. Ben told us today. I love his footwork. I love how he extends. I love that he can use either hand. He's certainly gotten stronger, but he's much more mobile, and we hope that he's going to be walking back in here shortly.
Drives to the lane, plants, goes up, and really just sacrifices his body. Gives everything because he's just that kind of a player. We'll get into some of the experimental rules here, but the wider lane is going to give these bigs some more room to work with.
Yeah,
Tom.
He came over the shoulder of the defender, the secondary defender. He's grabbing his lower back. You can tell he's sore. He's trying to stretch it out as we watch him right here. The fact that they're not working on him right now in the back or working with him on the side is a really good sign for Minnesota and for all our viewers.
Yes, it is. Parker Fox comes in as the substitute, the 6'8" redshirt senior from Matamidi. Minnesota lost a couple of years to knee surgery, won a Big Ten Sportsmanship Award for everything he has been able to do coming back after those severe season-ending knee surgeries. Just a testament of his work ethic and his ability to continue to move forward. Dawson Garcia shoots the free throw, hits the first one. The transfer, who had stopped at both Marquette and North Carolina. Butler starting five, DJ Davis, top free throw shooter in America. Posh Alexander, the St. John's transfer. Jamil Telford, Pierre Brooks, the Michigan State transfer, and Jalen Thomas. That's the starting five for Thad Matta's group. Going to work too there in the paint. Jamil Telford out of bounds here, but it looks like, Tom, the bigs are testing out this extra space they have to use here with the new NIT expanded experimental lane.
Well, we saw a good face-up right there. We really did, and we saw Jalen Thomas, and we saw nobody block out Jamil Telford as he went in and got the offensive rebound. The range in this game, Myron, they're going to be shooting by near where we're sitting as this game goes on. There is some tremendous range on both of these teams.
Jamil Telford with the Euro step. Your boy D-Wade would have appreciated that move.
Yeah, he didn't use the backboard, though. D-Wade would have appreciated that even more.
Minnesota starting Elijah Hawkins. Just hit a three from Cam Christie, who's also a starter with this group, the brother of Max Christie. You also have Mike Mitchell Jr., the Pepperdine transfer, as well as Dawson Garcia, who's been at a couple places before he came back home to Minnesota. And then Pharrell Payne, we saw him with the back injury, hoping he's okay. That is your fifth starter. Looks like Jamil Telford is really deciding that he can go to work. Good to see Pharrell Payne back in the game. And he just says, come and get some. I'm the big man on this court. Scores again there, Tom.
Great job using the backboard. He had a great spin move, but it's good to see Pharrell Payne back in this game.
Tough kid. Got back up after a couple plays, ready to go. This is going to be one of those high-action games. They're all moving the ball really well, but it feels like the bigs want to eat, Tom. Mitchell with the shot.
Never got the ball reversed at Minnesota in that situation. You've got to utilize this court. Both of these teams have 5 players that are capable of not only scoring, but making decisions for each other.
It's a big steal by Elijah Hawkins, gives it right back to Posh Alexander. We got a couple of grown men at point guard. It's 2 gritty guys who have a will to win. This is going to be fun to watch them out of bounds. Posh Alexander. You look at Jamil Telford and what he's been able to do, Tom, these last couple of plays.
No, I like it. I like what he did. He gets inside. He takes the Euro. He lays it in over the top of the rim. He extends his feet. Great shot fake. Stays down. Finishes with his eyes. Not only off the backboard, but keeps his head on the rim as he drops it in. 2 beautiful moves.
You got to eat your spinach to play in a game like this.
Here's
some
the
big
nice
bodies there.
They love this action with Dawson Garcia. This is where Butler worked hard to build help side, but a needless foul.
Foul from Telford. It's Dawson Garcia post up there. This is the Butler team that doesn't foul often, only 13.8 fouls per game, 12th nationally. That is 2 on Telfort. That is a big foul for him to pick up his second foul with 7:25 to play.
And it was needless. It was needless. They worked all afternoon in the defensive part of their walkthrough on making sure that they had the help. We can't see the help, but it's all there. We start to see some of the Butler players. They've got eyes on the basketball. You don't need a reach.
Cam Christie looking to pull there. Pharrell Payne says, I'm going back to work in the lane. It looks like the big boys are saying, we're going to take advantage of this wider lane in NIT and try to get to the bucket out of bounds here. You got a lot of experience between these two teams. Not two teams that are going to shrink from the moment, Tom. Even though they're playing in this historic field house, the lane has been widened from 12 feet to 16 feet for the NIT, consistent with the width of the NBA and FIBA lane. The goal is to reduce physicality in the post, more opportunity for players to drive in the lane, and we're seeing that already, Tom. Tom, what do you think this will do to this game, to the NIT, having that wider lane?
Well, I like it. I think it increases the face-up game. And the more that you face up, the more opportunity you have to draw fouls. The armbar can stay on when you're backing down. When you face up and drive into somebody's body, it puts way more pressure on the defense.
Cam Christie with his first foul, team's first foul as well. Augusto Casilla. DJ Davis takes the shot. Misses, comes off. Elijah Hawkins driving up the court, trying to get this Minnesota team into a rhythm. Good pass to Pharrell Payne.
Beautiful pass, and that's what Elijah Hawkins does. 7.5 assists a game, 9 points a game, shooting 77 from the line. I like that he can pull up and make threes. Look at the eyes up. The eyes up, there's no need to send that many people to help on the basketball, but that's what makes him such a great point guard. And a lot of times, the better the passer you are, the more help it draws, which just plays right in to the passer rather than make the point guard finish.
Elijah Hawkins with the patience to see that pass. Pharrell Payne misses the first free throw, but it appears that Ben Johnson has said, this is our advantage. We got a big, strong guy in the paint. We're going to let him go to work with these wider lanes. And it looks like Thad Matta is also taking on the same idea. He's trying to get to the rim with his big bodies as well.
Yeah, and I think as this game goes, we'll see the transition. Both of these teams are good in transition.
Good
like
pass
that.
ahead to DJ Davis. Posh Alexander for the bucket. Connection on the other end of the floor. Already seeing some great passing between these two teams. Two teams that are pretty selfless, Tom.
I think so, absolutely. They get great movement. Both have ways to get to the ISO game. Nice drop off.
Pharrell goes to work again. Tell your friends about me.
That is a beautiful move. He extends. He uses his length. He takes big steps. He is one of the more improved bigs in the entire Big Ten.
Almost a pick. Mike Mitchell goes for it. This is an aggressive team.
The basket now is
Minnesota putting that pressure on.
Oh, no question. They're denying the entry passes to the wing, which is good. They're extending, trying to make the catch tougher. They're trying to force them out, not only a foot, but 3-4 feet on every catch.
Mitchell with the pump fake, working it back out to the perimeter to Elijah Hawkins. 13 seconds in the shot clock, another travel there with Minnesota, a turnover. As Elijah Hawkins tried to get it to Dawson Garcia. A couple of teams probably coming out with a few nerves to shake out as well, Tom.
Oh, I think so. I think so. And they both tried to establish that they're going to get inside. They both tried to establish that there's movement, and they're both trying to establish that they're going to bring the intensity defensively and make the entry passes tough.
And it's an adjustment for everybody, having that wider lane, kind of getting used to this new deal with the NIT. Beautiful move by Andre Screen. He put a little Jokic on that, didn't he, Tom?
He really did. He is a guy that gets on the glass. I loved his shot, watching him shoot the ball today. He stretched out, he plays with length. That's a tough shot from Cam Christie. That's not a shot that he can make a living on. That off the dribble, off balance, going left jump shot. Much better when he's balanced and squared up.
Thomas working inside, back out to Posh Alexander for the three.
Beautiful pass, Myron, from Pierre Brooks II. Made the dish. They overhelped in the lane, gave Posh Alexander a wide open three in an area, Myron, that he has improved immensely since his time at St. John's.
making over 37% of his three-pointers this season. Dawson Garcia says, anything you can do, I can do better. They're matching each other in some of these big plays we've seen so far, Tom.
Well, Dawson Garcia is one of the better collegiate fours, certainly one of the better ones in the Big Ten. He can stretch the defense. He's a second-team all-league player. He's improved. He can isolate and play. And I like his stroke. I like his range.
Working the ball around the perimeter again. Freshman Finley Bizjack on the All-Big East freshman team with the miss. Cam Christie from the three-point line misses that shot. He's not quite getting set yet, Tom. Kind of rushing some of these shots.
No, but they're getting up the court. You know, everybody's feeling it. That's exactly what you want. Close game. They'll feel it out. Nice defense.
Minnesota
beautiful rotation down by Elijah Hawkins.
Minnesota putting pressure again. That's the fourth turnover for Butler in this game. Cam Christie finds his stroke with that shot.
Now that's Cam Christie when he's doing it well. Shot fake, got balance, took one dribble. If this young man comes back, continues to improve, we're looking at a guy that I think in a year, minimum top 20, could play into the lottery in next year's NBA draft.
You talk to the Gophers staff, and they know Max Christie is an NBA guy, but they feel like
patient.
They feel like he's more developed than his brother was at this stage of his career. And if he turns out to be that good, Minnesota could have a special player. Mike Mitchell with his first foul, the team's second foul, goes to the bench as a result. Pierre Brooks working it inside that big body. He can kind of get wherever he wants. Tough shot. Cam Christie on the other end of the floor to Elijah Hawkins, who drives to the rim with the beautiful layup in the paint. Minnesota's starting to get a little comfortable here, Tom.
That's quickness personified with the crossover, getting in the lane, using the backboard. Beautiful drive by Elijah Hawkins.
They're working it back out to the perimeter. They're feeling that pressure from Minnesota. Posh Alexander, Parker Fox with the big block, showing that state high jump champion athleticism that he has.
Well, as we see right now, look at Elijah Hawkins. Eyes are up, keeps the ball inside out. Dribble. There's a move that would make D. Wade proud. And beautiful block by Parker Fox using that vertical leap.
Tough shot by Pierre Brooks. Butler trying to get into an offensive rhythm, but Minnesota's already found theirs. Dawson Garcia layup rolls off the rim, but Elijah Hawkins is really dishing in this game. Andre Screen trying to post up. Another Butler turnover. Didn't see Elijah Hawkins behind him. Dawson Garcia to the rim. Another bucket for Minnesota, which takes the 17-11 lead here with 12:04 to play. Butler calls a timeout, trying to get defeating Notre Dame 21-13 in overtime. In 1966, Butler Fieldhouse became Hinkle Fieldhouse in honor of Butler's legendary coach and athletic director, Paul D. Tony Hinkle. The Fieldhouse was named to the National Register of Historic Places in 1983 and declared an National Historic Landmark in 1987. And the Minnesota block party continues. Minnesota with a 9-0 run. Butler 0 for their last four, 17-11. Minnesota leads. Parker Fox not messing around, showcasing some of the athleticism. Butler's got to find a way to neutralize this rhythm that Minnesota appears to be in.
Well, they're in a true rhythm because they've got 7 field goals and 7 assists, Myron. They're playing very unselfish basketball.
They're also trying to muscle their way to the rim. Pharrell Payne misses there, but he is feeling like he can be the bigger, stronger guy in the paint and do whatever he wants around the rim. Finley Bizjack with a great dish. Back out. Misses the three. They're getting looks, Tom.
Well, they really are, and Butler knows they've got Jamil Telfort back in with 2 fouls. So Coach Mata, he knows that they've got to have their best in there right now, stem this tide a little bit. And the defense has picked up, there's no doubt about that, but this is where Minnesota's at their best, creating offensive movement.
Step back,
not that
Mitchell.
one. That's not the finished shot you want off good movement like that. You don't need a step back from the right wing with that much time on the clock.
Another turnover by Butler. Minnesota really putting this defensive pressure on Butler. They have 6 turnovers. Parker Fox with the bucket. That is a guy who lost 2 years to season-ending knee surgeries, back-to-back years, lost some of his burst, but he's just out there working, Tom.
He is. I enjoyed talking to him today. I mean, he's wearing number 23, and he's 24 years of age. I love his driving ability.
Out to the perimeter, Jamil Telford.
Nice kick out. Nice kick out. We knew that was coming. They worked hard today at Butler's walkthrough to practice for the blitz, for the trap. And that time going through Jalen Thomas to kick to Jamil Telford, just like they worked on today with the short roll and the kick out.
That broke an 11-0 Minnesota run. Minnesota was really in control. That is a crucial three-pointer. Minnesota up 19-14, 9:39 to play. Parker Fox taking advantage of these wider lanes as well, really going to work. They're having a hard time with him.
Well, it's a beautiful pass by Pharrell Payne as well. He kept his eyes up on the back down, found Parker Fox on the cut.
Foul here, Minnesota.
Now, as we watch this, that you can't go through your legs and cross over in the corner. Beautiful pass. Cam Christie kind of fumbles it, but he fumbled it the right way to Parker Fox for a layup. Nice 2-on-1.
That's when you know you're having a good day.
Absolutely.
You bobble the ball and it becomes a pass. It turns into an alley-oop to Parker Fox, who lays it in. Minnesota still leading 21-14, 9:24 to play. Parker Fox goes to the bench. Thad Matta still trying to figure out how to get his team into an offensive rhythm. A very balanced Butler team.
It is, and I like the way Minnesota is recovering after the ball screen or the handoff. They're getting back into the paint, not allowing easy rolls.
Finley Bizjack to the rim with the bucket. The all-Big East freshman team member with the key bucket. Butler now down 5 to Minnesota, but Elijah Hawkins doesn't wait around. Tough pass to Pharrell Payne. There's a scrum. Mike Mitchell ends up with the ball. Minnesota's rushing a little bit in ways they weren't earlier.
A little bit, but the energy always increases when you start making buckets like Butler just did.
Braden Carrington with the miss. Pharrell Payne with the rebound. Butler's definitely showing some of that Thad Matta toughness. Finley Bizjack wide open in the corner, misses the shot. But you can tell the pace is picking up for Butler right now.
No, it really is. And Pharrell Payne is getting tired. He's working so hard. And Minnesota's just had 3 possessions that were not great shots and great looks. Now this one looks like a good look. Great move.
Pharrell Payne drawing the foul on Jalen Thomas. Jalen Thomas's first foul. Butler's 4th.
Watch this. Watch him cover ground, Myron. He gets that left foot out. He keeps the hip up. The ball's a little high, the head's a little down, but he's so strong as he picks it up. They can't strip him. He goes into the body. There's foul, not great verticality. Back at the foul line. I love the power and force that he plays with in his lower body.
He's clearly going to get his opportunities this game to get to the free throw line. He's got to make them the way he just did there. He's being aggressive, and it's working out for him. And again, these wider lanes. It feels like he sees that and says, hey, that's more office space for me.
And he's
what I do best.
Exactly. He's very comfortable backing him down. And they're going to have to determine as this game goes on if they keep doing that. Are they bringing a double? Are they coming off the ball? They've got to tie him up quicker because he's very, very comfortable when he spins. He's got very good counters in his game.
Pharrell Payne goes to the bench. Good to see him out there after taking that nasty fall early in the game. Doesn't seem to be bothering him too much. You have a Butler team down 23-16 with 8:03 to play here in the NIT. Matchup between Minnesota and Butler in the opening
Watch the back cut. Nice read of the screen.
Jamil Telford going to the rim. Left-handed. Comes off the rim. Elijah Hawkins pushing it the other way. Misses the 3.
Right now, if you're Minnesota, Myron, the best thing you can do is get the ball inside. They're taking too many challenge jump shots, playing right into Butler. Beautiful play.
Jalen Thompson.
Beautiful play. We saw that today again. The quick pass off the ball screen as they bring 2 to the ball. The immediate pass to the roll, nobody rotates to pick it up.
Jalen Thomas with the flush there. Butler's intensity is picking up, down 23-18, 7:04 to play. Minnesota seems like they're trying to get back into a rhythm after their fast start. Turnover there, Posh Alexander. DJ Davis back to Posh. Working his way back out to the perimeter, trying to reset. They are looking for these back doors, Tom.
They really are, because they're taking advantage. They're looking for the fact that Minnesota is overplaying the wings, which is the way to play basketball right now.
Jamil Telford with a big bucket. 23-20, 6:28 to play.
Exactly. Minnesota's making this game harder than it's got to be. They're manufacturing shots. They're over-dribbling. Go inside, get some more movement, free up the defense by going inside and looking at that ball screen game.
Butler doing a great job denying that entry pass, protecting the paint. Elijah Hawkins goes ISO. They call a travel. He wanted a foul.
Floor and go play. Makes absolutely zero sense to me.
Tom, you went viral this week, and even in this building, people were coming up to you and shaking your hand after what you had to say about the NIT. And you know what? I talked to a bunch of players from both teams. They said the same thing. We want to be here, Tom.
Absolutely. Look at that shot right there. Look at this crowd. See, it's not only the players and the coaches that shortchange themselves when they don't play. It's the crowds that care about you. And I know we're at Butler. This is my first college basketball game at Butler. I've been looking forward to this. It's awesome in here. You want to take the opportunities that are in front of you to compete, because eventually those opportunities are gone for coaches and players.
Back-to-back threes for Minnesota. Both teams, both players on both sides said the same thing, Tom. They said, we want to be here. We don't know when we'll have the last time to be together, but someone put something out there about you during your time at Indiana, as Mike Mitchell commits the foul on DJ Davis, that you said no to the NIT, which wasn't fair to you. It wasn't accurate.
No, not at all. I would never say no. My last year at Indiana, we were going to be able to host, but the decision was made ahead of me, above me. I really didn't have a leg to stand on, unfortunately, to keep the home game, but we were not going to miss the opportunity to play. We ended up going on the road to Georgia Tech. We got beat. I think people knew I never agreed with having to go on the road. Eventually, a day later, I'm not the coach anymore, but you never give up an opportunity to play. There was a CBI tournament after our year in 14 or 13 that we were #1 in the country. I had no problem playing in that. Now, again, you go from #1 in the country to the CBI. Maybe that doesn't pass the look test, but you want to play as much as you possibly can when you coach, when you play.
For the 4th straight year, every NCAA Women's Championship game is on the networks of ESPN. For more information, go to NCAA.com. You're home for all 90 NCAA championships. You know, sometime I remember talking to some guys who played in the tournament, the 64-team $1 million winner-take-all event in the summer. And some of these guys are in their late 20s and 30s, and I said, what do you enjoy most about the tournament? It wasn't the money. It was, I get to play in front of grandma, in front of my uncles, in front of my cousins, my nieces and nephews, who maybe haven't seen me play in a long time. I think people are taking for granted the opportunity to be in front of a national audience and to continue to do what they love. As Jamil Telford with another big bucket. Minnesota up 26-25, 4:40 to play. This is beautiful.
Absolutely.
And it's an opportunity to do something that a lot of people don't get the chance to do, Tom.
Absolutely. Money's important, recruiting's important, everybody's got important jobs. But you're making memories when you get a chance to play this game. And these two teams, no matter what tonight, they'll have that memory.
All that stuff about Cam Christie being like his brother, that's what they're talking about. What a beautiful move to get to the rim, the floater in the lane. DJ Davis for Butler missed a couple of free throws, the best free throw shooter in America. A lot of weird stuff already happening here, Tom.
Yeah, that was a good rotation, though. That was a good rotation by Elijah Hawkins. But you're exactly right on Cam Christie. Separates, drops his shoulder, gets balanced off 1 foot, watches the ball go through the basket. Watch, he catches it, he keeps his eyes up, he gets the finish. Finishing with your eyes on a layup or a shot is so very important.
Can you teach that body control, Tom, or is that a natural thing? As DJ Davis gets to the rim again, gonna go to the
you can teach it, you have to drill it, but so much of it is building on athleticism during the year. And that's something I think both of these programs do with their strength coaches. They not only get them stronger, they build on the athleticism, the balance, the ability to play off either foot, drop either shoulder, score with either hand. That's development, and it's got to be a full staff, full-time thing.
Dawson Garcia with the 5th team foul, his first team foul. DJ Davis, the best free throw shooter in America, shooting here at the charity stripe.
He's back. He's back, dead net.
1 for 3 now. I'm sure when he missed the first 2, he's like, what on earth is going on?
Oh, yeah.
For a guy that's made over 96% of his attempts leading America, that had to have felt pretty weird to him. Davis here to shoot his second. We talked to Thad Mata, Tom, as Davis hits the second, about their free throw shooting percentage. One of the best teams in America, top 10. I said, Thad, what are you doing to make that happen? He wouldn't tell us.
No, he would look at the two-man game here in the middle of the paint. Run out to a ball screen action that Bill Self really brought to college basketball when he was at Oral Roberts. Nice finish by Elijah Hawkins.
What a veteran move.
You know what Thad's secret is? Really good free throw shooters.
That helps.
I'm sure there's some technique to things to him because Thad Mata was a great shooter himself.
Well, he said to call him after the season, he will tell us. Finley Bizjack to the rim, the All Big East freshman team member.
This game is picked up. The court is opening a little bit. The movement is good. People are comfortable.
Minnesota up 30-29, 3:17 to play. Butler 5 for their last 5 after that drought, but Dawson Garcia hits the shot near the top of the key. The veteran extending Minnesota's lead back to 32-29. We have a ball game here, Tom.
We do. Minnesota's come down and they're getting out of a 3-out, 2-in type of offense, which is giving them that isolation in the middle of the floor.
Will Telfort with another big shot, hits the 3, picked up those 2 early fouls, went to the bench, but being back in, you can see the impact that he has on this team.
Oh, he can shoot the ball. And Pharrell Payne got out there, but his hands were late getting up, so he never distorted the vision of the shooting at all.
Elijah Hawkins controlling the possession again. Dawson Garcia with the 3. Pharrell Payne tips it back, ends up in Jamel Telfort's hands, who goes to the rim again, gets fouled, but the foul is
Kind of shot.
Well,
that's what Minnesota's done to free this up a little bit, playing a little more high-low, a little bit more 3-out, 2-in, not quite as much movement, but a little bit more space to operate for their big men.
Definitely been a game of runs. Minnesota had an 11-0 run. Now Butler has hit 6 of their last 6 shots, 32-32, 2:16 to play. DJ Davis to the rim again, finds his spot.
Beautiful shot by DJ Davis. He's flowing now.
Elijah Hawkins working it on the perimeter again.
Good action, diagonal screen, he gets the ball in the post. Now they're doubling immediately. Got to swing it to the other side.
Cam Christie rises up, misses the shot, but Pharrell Payne with the rebound.
Look at that.
And the bucket.
Look,
just
that's
muscling
power,
his way.
Myron. That is power.
Muscles his way to the rim again.
When you get the double team, the most important thing is get the ball reversed to the other side of the floor. It worked out good for Minnesota in that case, but they can't make a diet of that.
Davis with the ball in his hands again. Jamel Telfort with another shot.
Jamel Telfort is having a day because he's open. He can score in the paint. He can score from 3. He can get a ball in transition and play.
He's playing with 2 fouls. We're a little hesitant early, but he has made a major impact, Tom.
Absolutely. I would try to get Parker Fox isolated to get that 3rd foul to sit him down, even though there's only a minute left. He's impacted the game since he's been back in. Beautiful look up the floor.
Pharrell Payne with the missed shot on the other side. Posh Alexander goes up, draws the foul on Parker Fox. These are 2 strong teams that can kind of get to wherever they want to get to. That is the 7th foul. Elijah Hawkins, his first foul. Posh Alexander going to go to the free throw line here. 57.7 seconds to play. Butler with a 2-point lead. The NCAA Men's Basketball Championship First Four continues tomorrow on True TV with coverage beginning at 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific. For more information on tournament game times and networks, go to ncaa.com. As Posh Alexander shoots his second free throw. Hits them both. Butler takes the 38-34 lead. 56 seconds to play.
Now you're going to get 2 possessions. It's not necessarily a 2-for-1 mentality, but you're going to get 2 possessions because of 56.8 left. Crucial that you get what you want coming down from Minnesota without rushing the shot.
How important will that momentum be, Tom, to try to finish strong here after you've had the back and forth with Minnesota?
Well, you're not going to be too uptight with a 4-point game, but if you could go in down 1, tied up, maybe down 2, you feel a lot better. You want to finish the half scoring the ball and getting stops.
Elijah Hawkins working it to Pharrell Payne again. Looks like he's going to try to muscle his way to the rim. Pass to DJ Davis, intercepted. Finley Bizjack with the 3. Misses that shot. Butler doing a great job grabbing these offensive rebounds, and Pierre Brooks the second. Misses a 3.
Now, you're Minnesota, you got plenty of time. You're going to get a great shot. You've got 20 seconds from here. Good timeout by Ben Johnson. Use the use it or lose it timeout. Good. What they're going to try to do here is they're going to try to move who picks up the roller, called moving the tag. They're going to try to do that in this sequence. They're going to get a ball screen. Looks like they're going to set a single. Now here he comes. He can go off either way. Horns action. There's the roll. Beautiful finish.
Dunk. Tell your friends about me, Pharrell Payne. Another turnover. Last second heave. Doesn't fall for Braden Carrington.
Beautiful play. Now they brought up come into Butler in the Big East and been fantastic this year.
2 fouls, took him out of the game at the 17:25 mark. He had 4 points at that point, came back in the 12:01 mark, was out for 5 minutes, 21 seconds, scored 12 points in the last 12 minutes of the first half. Pierre Brooks going right to work as Butler strikes first.
Well, Pierre Brooks has not been able to get going. That was a good call by Thad Matta to try to get him started in the second half. Just a bit of a miss.
Elijah Hawkins, the floater that falls, picking up where he left off as well.
Yeah, and if you're Butler, you'd rather have him shooting that shot than throwing it back to the 3-point shooter or throwing it to the rim for a roll lob. Make him finish.
Minnesota defending more aggressively on the perimeter to start this second half. Mike Mitchell comes off his man. DJ Davis to the kick out to Posh Alexander. Airballs the 3. Mike Mitchell has a fast break opportunity. But Posh Alexander says not tonight.
Now it's a beautiful, beautiful finish by Posh Alexander defensively because he had to be on a dead sprint to get back into this play, Myron, because he was in the paint. So he came all the way full speed. Posh Alexander, big time defensive play.
That's the hustle that Thad Matta loves. Dawson Garcia trying to work it around the perimeter. Mike Mitchell again. Coming off the screen, Cam Christie back to Dawson Garcia. Thought about the 3. Puts it up. Hits a tough shot.
That's a good finish. Dawson Garcia made the drive. He was looking for some outlets, but Butler had done a really good job of playing their man, taking away passing looks. He made the nice one-hand, left-hand floater.
DJ Davis coming off the screen from Andre's screen here. Sorry, Jalen Thomas. Back to DJ Davis.
There's that range, Myron. There's that range.
Big 3. Shot that from West Lafayette.
Oh, yeah, these two teams, they understand NBA line spacing. They understand it all. I said to Pierre Brooks the second today, I said, you always had that range? He looked at me like he wanted to hit me. He thought I was crazy. He said, of course I've had it. But I said, well, you're really bringing it out this year.
He definitely showed it there. Dawson Garcia back out to Cam Christie. Finds his spot.
Yeah, see, you don't need that. You got a wide open 3. Take the 3 off the catch and shoot.
Pierre Brooks on the other end with the floater. With that big body, Tom, how does that help him get to his spots?
Well, it helps him a lot because not only does he have the big body and the strong legs, he hits you with his shoulder. And that's a big trait that all of the Butler guys have got. They are physical on their drives because they will punish you with that shoulder.
Dawson Garcia, a physical drive. And another big shot. He's got 12 points. Minnesota down 43-42, 17-19 to play here in the first round of the NIT. And DJ Davis at the top of the key. Thought about
now
using
let's see
the screen.
the roll. He didn't roll, trying to play out of the high post. Good flare screen.
Davis again to the rim, misses, gets his rebound. Jalen Thomas says, don't worry, I'll clean up the mess right there with another bucket.
I love what Butler's doing. And you know what? I've been around this state for a long time. The Butler way is important. It was built. But the Butler way, if Thad Matta's going to continue to build this program, they need to reboot the Butler way and regroup it. And that means getting people involved in this NIL world that is such a huge part of the Big East and the Big Ten.
I think Ben Johnson would ask you to give that same message to Minnesota.
I'm going to. There's no question about it. Both of them. I mean, Ben can have. Tom Izzo said it at the Big Ten tournament. If Ben can keep this team together, he may go into the season next year ranked #1 in the league.
Dawson Garcia.
Myron, it's so intense. Dawson Garcia has done wonders. That's the reason that people back in Minnesota they've got to keep helping Ben Johnson build this program with the collective. You can't survive in this world without it in the college basketball world. Oh, you can't survive guarding like that either, Myron.
Ross Alexander.
You cannot survive guarding like that. 2 on the ball, beautiful pass. Both of these programs deserve to keep their programs intact and keep growing together. They need people to support them.
Terrell Payne gets double. Tough pass to Elijah Hawkins. Uses that Payne screen.
They love to re-screen when people go under Hawkins on the first screen.
Butler really putting pressure on them on the perimeter. Turnover from Terrell Payne, trying to kick it out. Jamil Telfort again. Misses that shot, ends up out of bounds.
Yeah. It's one thing to want to get the ball inside, it's another thing to force it. And right now you can't force it. The Butler defense knows where they want this ball to go. But there's Cam Christie, Jalen Thomas comes in behind it. Off, looked off. That could have gone either way.
Butler up 47-44. Jamil Telfort with the turnaround. Misses the shot. Draws the foul. He has been aggressive. After what we saw in the first couple of minutes when he picked up those 2 fouls, he's made the most of his time.
What Garcia did there, Myron, he's getting his hands up late.
Yeah.
Both teams defensively can move and guard, but they get their hands up late on the shooters or on the scorers. Late hand creates a foul.
And that's a big foul on Dawson Garcia, his 3rd. For the 4th straight year, every NCAA Women's Championship game is on the networks of ESPN. For more information, go to ncaa.com. Your home for all 90 NCAA championships. Garcia with 3. He has 3 for 3 from the floor in the second half so far. But now Ben's got to start thinking about what he's going to do here. 15-24. Hoping Dawson doesn't pick up that 4th one, Tom.
Yeah, and I think right now they're getting a TV timeout coming a little bit. He'll play time and score on this, which is the way to play it. You're at a good point now. He gets that 3rd foul inside the first 2 minutes. That's a no-brainer to throw it in or get him out. Now they're back into their high-low game.
Terrell Payne trying to work his way back in. Jalen Thomas has done an excellent job keeping him away from the rim. Back out to Cam Christie. Looking to pull up here. Goes to the lane. Misses the shot, but Payne is there to clean it up. And he gets a bucket almost off the rim. Save from Butler. They're going the other way.
Yeah, he got away with a travel, and it worked out because he missed the layup.
And Jamil Telfort with another big bucket. 20 points. Butler leads 51-44 with aggressive defensively time. And that has changed the vibe in this game.
No question. This is a big time now between now and the next time out in that 12-minute area. Now they're into their 2-game action, the high-low look. Not there, swing it to the pick and roll.
And Christie launches it from the perimeter. Off the rim, back down the other way. Pierre Brooks going straight to the rim, it looked like, but kicks it back out. Posh Alexander ends up with it. DJ Davis shoots that from South Bend, misses. And here is Cam Christie working it in, and Mike Mitchell hits the three, a great three-point shooter for them.
Nice, nice action right there. May not have been South Bend, but it was definitely Broad Ripple, Myra. Definitely Broad Ripple, walking distance. That is a shot that Minnesota needed. Great kick out in the paint, from the paint to Mitchell.
Butler trying to figure out where to go here as well. Both teams really being aggressive and intentional on defense. Pierre Brooks up on the perimeter again, thinks about making the entry pass, ends up with Jamil Telford again. Turnaround, fadeaway, misses the shot. Another tough shot.
Yeah, tough shot, but also good defense. Very good job by Minnesota, taking away the paint, taking away any drive into the lane.
And Christie comes off, hits the big three, and that's that NBA stuff
yes,
that people are talking about.
He's so good off the catch and the move. That time he's going to his left, rises right away, no wasted motion in his release. Beautiful stroke by Cam Christie.
Some more back and forth action here. Posh Alexander rifles it across the court, gets it back into his hands, thought about the three, tries to draw the foul, hits the shot anyway as Butler goes up here, 53 to 50, 12:47 to play. Cam Christie again with the ball in his hands. Parker Fox back in. He's been crucial off the bench, especially defensively. Steps out of bounds.
Now Minnesota's back in this game because win that time of year. Eventually they're in the Final Four in '97 with Clem Haskins. And it's things like that that make the difference.
And that's what Ben Johnson said about the NIT. He said, we want to rehearse what it will be like next year when we believe we'll be in the NCAA tournament. DJ Davis, who has a career-high 6 assists, but a turnover there as he tries to force it through a couple of defenders. Cam Christie gets the ball in his hands again where he has been effective. And we got a foul call away from the ball. Looks like that'll be on
Finley Bizjack.
Finley Bizjack.
Foul trying to guard the post up. Good call by the official. Got a little too much contact down in there and an off-ball foul.
That's his first foul. Team's first foul here in the second half. Elijah Hawkins left wide open in the corner. Misses the shot. Posh Alexander almost catches.
Beautiful spring back by Parker Fox, though. He is moving.
State high jump champion, athletic even after the surgeries, and he just showed you right there.
He is so much quicker when you see him in person than you even realize from the film. We all knew he could jump, but his quickness, his speed, really, really good.
He earned the Sportsmanship Award in the Big Ten, but he has been a heck of a player for Ben Johnson as well. Posh Alexander finds Jamil Telford. Finley Bizjack wide open on the perimeter, misses the shot. DJ Davis shooting another deep three. Tip back out. Bowden Capke, the Minnesota product, tried to keep that play alive.
He sure did. They are scrapping in that paint. What a play by Parker Fox. Gets back, gets the ball thrown, did a great job sprinting back. Fox all the way in the paint, runs the Euro, the right-hand flush over the top. Well, flush for him, all right? Flush for him. He doesn't need to dunk everything. He's got skills like that.
The veteran presence missed 2 years to knee injuries. The Matamidi Minnesota product. No D1 offers out of high school. Ended up at Division II Northern State in the NSIC conference. Missed those 2 years, but came back to be an incredible piece for this Minnesota team. Cam Christie can't find the three from the perimeter. Dawson Garcia ends up with it, goes big in the paint and gets the bucket.
Nice move again. Good patience from Dawson Garcia. He can play off both feet. He can use both shoulders. He gets back to his left hand.
Butler again, working it. Posh Alexander. Parker Fox shows the double. Gets back on Bowden Capke, and now here's Jamil Telford in the lane, but called for the travel violation. Minnesota 50 feet. the NCAA tournament. That is a quality program.
Absolutely, but they're getting ready to see some high-level rebounding, especially offensively, tomorrow night from SMU. And Zurich Phelps, Chucky Harris comes back to town, or to the state. It's going to be a very good game down in Terre Haute.
It is a strong field throughout this NIT as Cam Christie misses the shot. Pierre Brooks misses the bucket on the other end. Elijah Hawkins back up the floor. Mike Mitchell, really good three-point shooter, rushed it there.
Brooks has missed some shots. They'll get something going with him off a screen, but he's missed some shots he usually makes.
Jamil Telford kicks it out to Brooks. Tries to get to a spot on the smaller Cam Christie. Throws it up. Misses the shot again.
I'd like to see him take a three there, Myron. He's got 30-foot range. That's a great inside out because they hit the paint, drive and kick type of three. Sometimes you don't have to drive into the traffic. Take the open three when you're a guy like Pierre Brooks II.
Elijah Hawkins trying to find the best shot for his team, as he did so well in the first half. Minnesota with 17 assists. They averaged 17 and a half, top 5 in the nation. Elijah Hawkins misses that bucket there.
Well, the defender is going under. They love to rescreen those unders. He never moved. Step back three was just a little short.
Finley Bizjack goes up aggressively. Again, gets fouled in the process. We're gonna find out who this foul is on. He has been aggressive. All Big East freshman team member. They like his potential, Tom.
And I do too. He's quick. He's got a very quick release. He's fearless going to the basket. He understands the game. He moves the ball really well. He competes defensively. That's a huge upside in Finley Bizjack for Thad Matta.
Finley Bizjack makes the first. All games are also available on the ESPN app, so you can watch anywhere. As Finley Bizjack misses the second free throw, Parker Fox was responsible for that foul, the third team foul for Minnesota in the second half. As Elijah Hawkins comes down the court, makes a quick move to the rim, gets it out to Parker Fox, who thinks about it, says, you know what, I'm going to the bucket again. Nearly hits it, but it rose and bounces off the rim. Back the other way.
Yeah, it was a very discombobulated possession. They should have swung it to Christie, get the ball reversed earlier inside of that last one.
Finley Bizjack really been aggressive to get to the rim. Pierre Brooks the second with the three. Nails it from the corner, showcasing his full skill set.
Exactly what needs to happen. He did a really good job for Tom Izzo for 2 years, but he found his home here at Butler, increased his range, playing with a ton of freedom and confidence because he's a little bit older. You love seeing that shot being knocked down by Pierre Brooks II. Look, there's the kick out. Overhelp by Cam Christie. You can't overhelp out of the strong side corner against a shooter like Pierre Brooks II there. You've got to control the dribbler better so you don't have to have the overhelp.
Landon Moore comes off the screen with Bowden Capke, who gets it back, thinks about it, gets it to Jamil Telford, who hits a big three from the corner. Butler takes a 60-54 lead. Minnesota prospect gets it to Jamil Telford for the big bucket. They take the 6-point lead, under 8 to play. Dawson Garcia trying to get some of that momentum back, goes to the rim and gets fouled. Overbraided Bowden Capke. Some Minnesota on Minnesota action there.
Watch this three.
Helped them reach this point.
Oh, absolutely. Let's start with Thad Matta because he does what becoming more prevalent in college basketball. It's probably 75 to 80% of the NBA, but he's got an offensive coordinator and a defensive coordinator. He's got Alex Barlow, who runs the offense. He's got Maurice Joseph, who runs the defense. Mike Pegues has been fantastic for him. And you talk about a scout team. You don't want to go against a scout team with Greg Oden and John Diebler over there. That's the real deal. And Ben Johnson, I love his loyalty. A good friend of mine, Sean Sweeney, who's also a friend of Ben's, who's in Dallas, has been friends with him forever, said he is a tremendous talent evaluator. He certainly evaluated that Cam Christie recruitment pretty well.
Big steal there to Elijah Hawkins, who hits the three. That's a big bucket that ties the game 60-60. Minnesota in a game that has had 7 lead changes, 7:24 to play. I remember talking to Ben Johnson 6 years ago about how much he would love to have this job, and now here he is And his guys are showing the same passion that he has. As Butler tries to figure out how they're going to get back to the bucket in a tough game. Finley Bizjack has just been assertive.
He really has. It was a great cut. It was a great pass by Telford. This is what you want. 37% or 36% three-point shooter for Minnesota. Elijah Hawkins knocks it down. Beautiful, beautiful. Transferred from Howard, one of the nation's leaders in assists. 9 points, 7.5 assists a game. Really sees the floor.
Pierre Brooks cuts to the rim, gets the bucket for Butler. 62-60, and he's going to the free throw line. Again, the physical element of Pierre Brooks.
Absolutely. Watch this curl. Curls it, they get caught behind. Christie leaves his feet. That's an easy layup. That's an easy call. All because there was no bump on the cutter. They trailed it. He cleared. He curled cleanly. Now he's got a chance to add to it.
Pierre Brooks now at the free throw line.
You have to bump cutters on curl cuts. You have to stand a guy up, or you've got to switch. You cannot trail with no contact.
He hits the free throw for the three-point play. Butler takes the three-point lead, 7 minutes to go. And what has been a back-and-forth game with 7 lead changes. We've seen Minnesota runs. We've seen Butler runs. This is the 10th tie. Dawson Garcia says, not anymore. 62-63 with the big bucket there.
And that's the second time Ben Johnson's come out of a timeout, with his first play being a Dawson Garcia isolation in the foul line elbow area.
It feels like they can do even more to get him going.
Oh, I don't think there's any question. The best place for Minnesota right now in this game is playing down the middle of the floor.
Pierre Brooks misses.
They can get the high-low, they can get the drives, they can get the ball screen.
Elijah Hawkins working the ball around, double on Garcia.
There's the face-up. You've talked all night about the wide lane. One of the most important things with the wide lane is the face-up, because now you put tremendous pressure on the defense to not use their hands. Well, let's watch it. Here's the isolation, the screen down, clears it the lane. Parker Fox clears it out. He's ready for the follow-up. That's vintage out-of-timeout action from Ben Johnson.
Foul on Bowden Kapke, the Minnesota product. 4th team foul for Butler. Both teams have 4 team fouls here in the second half. Elijah Hawkins gets it back to Dawson Garcia. Goes to the rim, hesitates. Not a walk there. Garcia can't capitalize.
Yeah, I don't think he kind of walked.
Might have moonwalked. Kind of moonwalked, actually, almost, right?
Exactly. Maybe he was too quick.
Posh Alexander goes up,
Nice
gets
play.
the shot.
The face-up, we said it before. When you face up and that outside, the lane area with the longer lane now, it is really hard to defend that without fouling.
Cam Christie been looking for his shot last couple of possessions. Butler been doing a great job defending him. Elijah Hawkins with the 3. He misses. Braden Carrington can't get the tip in as it comes the other way. With Posh Alexander and DJ Davis now.
Tough pass. Tough pass. Watch this face up now. This is what you want in a wide lane type of action. Catches, faces, drops the ball, rises up. You got a chance to get fouled on the drive because of the hands. The hands are down. Rises up, shoots the small, short jump shot.
If there's a New York style of basketball, it's a shot like that, right?
Yeah,
for the
absolutely.
St. John's kid,
He's
the
done
New York
that.
native.
He's done that in gyms. He's done that in arenas. He's done that in playgrounds. He knows. Posh Alexander knows how to score, but I can't emphasize enough how much better he's got playing in Thad Matta's program.
Hit 500 assists for his career earlier this season. It's really paid off, the work that he's been putting in. Jalen Thomas has also been impactful in this game on both ends of the floor. Big bucket that gives Butler the 67-62 lead, under 5 minutes to play. And this Butler crowd is coming alive here at Hinkle Fieldhouse.
Watch Garcia at the top of the key.
Cam Christie, he's off there. Had the right intention.
Yeah, he had the right intention, but they had the action they wanted was to get Garcia coming in behind the defense off the top. Christie can get that shot at any point. It's not a bad shot, but you want to get a better one right now. You don't want to take an off-balance jumper down 5 with 4.5 to go.
DJ Davis bringing the ball back up the floor. He already has a career high with 6 assists hitting some big shots. Jalen Thomas in the lane again. Misses the shot, going the other way. In a 5-point game. Dawson Garcia had a chance. Go to the rim. Now he goes. Jalen Thompson says, not tonight.
Now they're playing with a lot of aggressiveness. They knew the isolation was coming. You'd like to see Garcia make a kick on that or get back to his right shoulder, left hand with a spin move. But they keep the possession alive. Great drive with his right hand. Really nice job by Jalen Thomas. When you make a drive like that and you feel the guy behind you, you've got to kick it out or spin back.
Like Dawson Garcia and Jalen Thomas were exchanging social media information. Getting nose to nose a little bit. Cam Christie back to Elijah Hawkins. Finds Parker Fox, who flies in all the way from St. Paul, Minnesota with that dunk.
Got behind the defense. They didn't find him on the change of possession. Easy lob dunk.
67-64. Butler leads Minnesota. Under 4 minutes to play in what has been a fantastic first-round NIT game. Pierre Brooks going to the rim, misses the shot. Posh Alexander ends up with it. And here's Jamil Telfort with another big three that rolls out. He's been hot tonight, but could not get that one to fall.
Now, it was almost too open. But credit Minnesota for coming down here in a possession game right now to slow this down and get something inside.
Elijah Hawkins showing that patience that helped him become a guy who's came into this game 28 assists away. 9 ties, 7 lead changes in this great game. Jamil Telfort, 23 points, 9 for 15. Most of that after he picked up 2 early fouls. Dawson Garcia, 21 points, 9 for 15. These two teams came to play, Tom.
Yeah, they sure did. And it's coming down to the wire. This is the kind of high-low action they want to run. Here's that isolation. You got to go quick. He waited too long. Dawson Garcia, great call by Ben Johnson out of the timeout. He had the one-on-one, but that hesitation allowed the defender to stay in front of him, draws the charge.
Pierre Brooks draws that foul on Garcia. The new charge rule.
Now that's like hitting a Mack truck.
Yes, that is.
Okay, Dawson Garcia is a strong guy. Pierre Brooks, you don't want to mess with him in any lighted area or any dark alley, because that is one tough, strong guy.
Garcia now playing with 4 fouls, so we'll see what happens down the stretch here, but that was a critical foul on Minnesota's top player. Ball goes into Jalen Thomas, who can't hang on to it.
Yeah, he was open right away. That's an action that they've done a good job of with Butler tonight. Got to make that pass immediately.
Garcia going to work, has the 4 fouls, turnaround jumper, falls short. Pharrell Payne tries to clean it up. Jalen Thomas picks up the foul here as Pharrell Payne muscles his way to the rim. That is his 3rd foul, and that is the 6th team foul.
Watch, here's
Butler.
the move. Okay, it's short. We see Payne come into the action. He's just hanging on the weak side, waiting for it. Really, really good play there, but he's a 47% free throw shooter, Myron. Now would be a good time to make 2 in a row.
Payne misses the first one. We know he can get to the free throw line. He's making a point of trying to do that, but you got to capitalize once you get there.
The ball sits in his palm, and he's got a wide base. That's fine. His shoulders go back a little bit, but that ball sits in the palm, and that's one reason that a lot of times it's a hard ball off the rim.
Well, Payne shooting his 2nd shot from the free throw line. Hits that
That's a
one.
nice job. Good follow through.
Butler up now 67-65, 2:46 to play in what has been an incredible first-round game. Posh Alexander bringing the ball up the court, trying to find the best shot for this team. He says, I'm the best shot. Rolls off the rim. Elijah Hawkins the other way.
You got to get back. Don't complain. Get back and match up.
Cam Christie said, I was open in the lane. Get back to the perimeter.
They want Fox inside because he's got the matchup with Posh Alexander. They can't find a way to get it in.
Elijah Hawkins with the air ball. Can't connect on the shot.
Now, Posh does a great job getting low here and driving the ball. What do we got?
Trying to figure out if it was deflected. We've got some little bit of chaos here.
Watch this. Misses there. I think it was deflected. It was deflected on the, let's see it again.
Well,
it's a tough angle. Maybe not, it looked like it was deflected by Telford.
what I say, Pharrell Payne touched it last. We're going to find out here.
Now look at Thad Matta. We had so many great battles when he was at Ohio State. Good block out by Thomas that not allowed Minnesota to get to it.
Pharrell Payne touches that, but
beautiful play with
Garcia.
two around him. Nice feed by Hawkins. Garcia keeps both hands up. Quick finish off the left hand with the left hand off the board.
That was an important sequence that ties the game. 67-67. These two teams have been battling all night. Pierre Brooks loses the ball on the shot, but it ends up back in the hands of DJ Davis, who hits a big three with 1:46 to play. And that is a critical basket after
that's
chaos on the
shot.
other end.
His third made three of the night, Myron. He is fearless when it comes to knocking down threes.
This is the kind of action you get when you decide to play a few extra games here. Dawson Garcia gets the three-point shot, misses that shot. Back the other way. 1:21 to play as DJ Davis brings it up the floor to see if he's going to try to get another look that could seal this game for Butler. 1:08 to go. Finds Jamil Telford. Kicks it back to Posh Alexander. Pierre Brooks the second. Air balls the shot.
You got to drive that. You got to, when you're challenged in the corner, you got to drive it out, keep it alive, and you got to get back. You've got to get back. Great run by Parker Fox.
Elijah Hawkins to Parker Fox, who is just finding a way to get to the rim at all costs. Now Butler will take the timeout as Butler leads now 76.
Run, and Minnesota just got out ahead. But again, as good as the run was, the pass was right there as well.
DJ Davis gets the ball in his hands. Jaleel Telford on the inbounds. Sets the screen there, gets it back. Telford in the paint, hits a big bucket. Butler goes up 72-69, 39 seconds to play. Ben Johnson says, I need a timeout. We need to talk about this as Minnesota's down 3 with 36 seconds to play in an incredible game.
That's
59, Cam Christie taking the inbound pass from Elijah Hawkins. Gets it. This critical possession, which could be one of Minnesota's last. Dawson Garcia to the perimeter. Pump fakes, goes to the rim, and gets the bucket.
Great play. Dawson Garcia was involved in the double screen. He slipped to the elbow, gets the pass from Hawkins. Tough finish with the left hand.
They're not going to foul DJ Davis, the best free throw shooter in America. But the turnover, and Elijah Hawkins gets back on the other end. Minnesota back. Cam Christie misses the shot, but Elijah Hawkins gets fouled. 5.37 seconds to play. 72-71 in an incredible game. Big turnover by Butler.
Look at this, he back tips. All right, looks for the back tip, not there. There's the pass, great read by Parker Fox. Elijah Hawkins gets it, presence of mind to keep it, great deceleration. Could have called a foul there for Cam Christie, but they back it up, get the foul for Elijah Hawkins.
Elijah Hawkins to the free throw line with a chance to put his team in the lead. 5.3 seconds to play, 72-71. Butler leads Minnesota. And these are going to be a couple of critical free throws for a guy who has made 77% of his attempts this season for Minnesota. He makes the first one.
What you can't do here is you cannot give up an offensive rebound. So they've got two on the line. They've got two very good offensive rebounders in Dawson Garcia and Parker Fox. You've got to get the block out. Good call by Thad. Good call by Thad Matta.
Thad Matta. Hawkins is able to hit this shot. 5.3 seconds to go at Hinkle Fieldhouse. And the action is intense in the first round of the NIT. Minnesota last led at 54-53, but to go up again here with the free throw. And he hits the shot. Elijah Hawkins puts his team up 73-72. Here with seconds to play, Posh Alexander.
I think we're going to get another timeout if they can.
Posh Alexander, Jamil Telford. He's got to get the ball in bounds. Posh Alexander and DJ Davis. DJ has the ball. Posh Alexander gets it. They call a timeout with 1.8 seconds to play. And then there's also the world where Minnesota doesn't want to foul someone in the act of shooting and put them on the free throw line in a one-point game. Only 5 team fouls, but if they foul a shooter, that could spell trouble for Minnesota as well. Posh Alexander throws the ball in. Jameel Telford launches it and misses. Minnesota wins 73-72. They advance in the first round of the NIT, going on to the second round to play the winner of Indiana.
Yo, listen up, I'm about to paint with words. A lyrical poet flying with the birds, pen in hand, mind full of dreams. Writing rhymes that make souls gleam. From the ink on the page to the beat in my heart, I'm a wordsmith playing my part. Spinning tales like a web of silk, crafting verses smoother than milk. I'm a poet, rhythm in my veins, ink in my pen, igniting flames from the depths of my soul to the stars above. I'm a poet, spreading peace and love. In the silence of night, my words take flight, painting pictures in black and white. Metaphors dance, similes sway. In the world of poetry, I'll find my way from sonnets to haikus. I explore the range. In the realm of language, nothing stays the same. Every stanza a journey, every line a tale. In the universe of verse, I never fail. I'm a poet, rhythm in my veins, ink in my pen, igniting flames from the depths of my soul to the stars above. I'm a poet, spreading peace and love. So next time you hear my words, listen close, for in each verse there's a treasure to enclose. I'm a poet, storyteller, keeper of the flame. In the world of rhyme, I'll forever reign.